Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt there was an entire story hidden there, waiting quietly behind their gaze? Maybe you walked into a room and sensed something was wrong before anyone spoke. A subtle shift in the air you could not explain. Or perhaps you believed someone's words only to discover later that their actions told a completely different story, one you had overlooked before. The truth is, life becomes clearer, safer, and far more powerful when you master the art of truly observing people around you every day. In today's world, this is no ordinary skill. It is a quiet superpower that can protect you, reveal truth, and transform your relationships. If you want to understand people more deeply, guard your heart, and navigate life with wisdom, this lesson is for you. Most people look with their eyes but fail to observe with their minds. They see without truly noticing what's right in front of them. Every day, you pass dozens, perhaps hundreds of faces in the street, at work, on the bus. You glance but rarely study them closely. You might notice a person's clothes, their hairstyle, maybe their smile, but not the patterns, emotions, or truths quietly unfolding behind them. This is the difference between simply looking and truly observing, between forming shallow assumptions and uncovering what is real beneath the surface. People are like books. Some are short and easy to read. Others are long, complicated, or written in a language you don't understand. Yet most people only judge the cover. They label quickly. He's smart, she's rude, he's funny, she's unfriendly based on moments, not patterns. Real observation requires slowing down, noticing small details, and resisting the urge to conclude before you've gathered enough truth to see clearly. It's in the slight tremor of a voice when recalling something painful, or the tightening of shoulders when a topic makes them uncomfortable. You notice what they repeat, what they avoid, the way they sit, stand, shift their weight, or glance away without wanting to. Over time, patterns emerge, and those patterns rarely lie. They reveal truths that no single moment could ever fully explain. Observation strengthens every part of life. In relationships, you sense what your partner or friend truly feels, even when they hide it. In your career, it helps you understand colleagues and clients who is honest, who is uncertain, and who may be concealing something. By noticing carefully, you avoid unnecessary conflicts, choose better people to trust, and become far more persuasive in every interaction. Observation also protects you. You spot warning signs early, like someone who always changes the topic when their past is mentioned, or the person who avoids eye contact when making promises, leaving you with an unshakable sense that something isn't right. These details guard your heart, time, and energy, and they do more. They help you grow in self-awareness and emotional intelligence. When you turn observation inward, you begin to notice your own patterns, your thoughts, reactions, body language, and habits. That awareness is the first step to meaningful personal growth. You cannot change what you refuse to notice in yourself. Observation is not judgment. Judgment is fast and shallow. Observation is slow and deep. One closes the mind, the other opens it. Judging creates distance and division. Observation creates connection, empathy, and understanding, the very things that strengthen human relationships. In a world that moves quickly, the person who pauses to truly see becomes calmer, wiser, and someone others naturally trust. So train yourself to observe. Each day, practice noticing without rushing to label or explain. Don't just look, see. Don't just hear, listen. Don't just speak, reflect. This is how the silent student gains power others never realize they have. The first step in learning to observe is to replace judgment with curiosity. Curiosity is the lens through which truth becomes visible. Most people judge instantly. They see one action, hear one phrase, and construct an entire story about someone's character and life. But these snap judgments are usually wrong. They're based on fragments, moments, not the full picture, yet they stop us from learning more. Curiosity, on the other hand, asks questions. It wonders what shaped a person, what fears or hopes lie behind their actions. Instead of thinking, he's rude, curiosity asks, why is he acting that way? Is he tired, stressed, carrying something heavy from the past? If someone seems distant, curiosity considers, are they shy, protecting themselves, unsure if they're safe here? This mental shift changes everything. Judging closes your eyes. Curiosity opens them wide. When you believe you already know the answer, you stop looking. When you remain curious, you keep seeking and seeing more. People can feel curiosity. It makes them more willing to open up, to reveal their authentic selves without fear of being labeled. Curiosity also makes you emotionally stronger. Instead of reacting with anger or sadness, you pause to explore what might be behind someone's behavior. That pause between reaction and reflection gives you control. You respond with wisdom instead of being driven by emotion. Many conflicts, broken relationships, and lost trust happen because people judge too quickly. Curiosity builds bridges instead of walls. It doesn't mean excusing bad behavior or ignoring disrespect. It means seeking truth before making decisions. The more curious you are, the more stories you'll uncover, stories hidden behind guarded eyes and silent expressions. Judgment closes the mind. Curiosity opens the heart. And when your heart is open, your observations become deeper, truer, and far more powerful. When trying to understand someone, most people focus only on the words being spoken, but words can lie or hide what is really true. People often say I'm fine when they are not. They smile to mask pain. They agree when they are deeply uncomfortable inside. That's why the body is such a powerful source of truth. It speaks silently, revealing feelings people may not want to express aloud. If someone says they're okay but their shoulders are tight, their voice flat, and their eyes avoiding yours, something deeper is happening. Every part of the body sends signals. Crossed arms may mean defensiveness, discomfort, or a desire for distance. Leaning forward often shows interest, connection, or curiosity. Looking away during a question may signal nervousness, guilt, or hesitation. Small repeated movements, tapping fingers, shaking a foot, biting nails can point to anxiety or uncertainty beneath the surface. Sometimes people mirror your movements without realizing it. If you cross your legs or take a sip of water, they might do the same. This often signals trust and comfort, their body saying, I feel safe with you, even before their words confirm it. But never judge someone based on a single movement. One action can be misleading. Perhaps they're just cold, shy, or lost in thought. The smart observer looks for patterns, signals repeated across different situations before deciding what they truly mean. If someone consistently avoids eye contact, gives short answers, and closes their posture when a certain topic arises, that's a pattern. It tells you that subject is uncomfortable or guarded for them. This is how truth emerges, not from a moment, but from repetition. Similarly, noticing when someone's eyes brighten, their voice lifts, and their posture opens reveals what excites and matters most to them. You don't need to be a psychologist to do this. You just need to be still, pay attention, and let details speak. Over time, you'll begin to spot shifts in posture, tone, and expression that reveal emotions words can't fully capture. Studies suggest more than 70% of communication is nonverbal, meaning most of what people tell you is not in what they say. It's in their movements, pauses, and expressions, the subtle, unspoken language their body uses all day long without knowing it. When words and body language conflict, believe the body, it doesn't know how to lie. It tells the real story every time. There is a powerful secret most people never learn. The more you listen, the more people reveal, often without realizing they're doing it. Listening is not just polite. It's a skill that opens doors into the truths people hide behind words and surface behavior. Many think they are listening, but in reality, they are only waiting for their turn to speak, their minds elsewhere entirely. When this happens, they miss important details, the tone, the pauses, the subtle shifts in mood that carry the real message. To be a great observer, you must listen with full attention, your mind, ears, and heart all tuned to the person before you. Notice not just the words, but how they are spoken. The voice carries emotion, tone, pace, and volume reveal hidden truths. A tense or shaky voice can hint at nervousness or concealment. A slow, soft voice may suggest sadness or exhaustion. Sudden rises in pitch or volume can signal excitement, pressure, or even dishonesty, struggling to sound convincing. The speed of speech also matters. Nervous people often rush, words spilling out as if to outrun their feelings. Others slow down when unsure, filling sentences with pauses, repeats, or hesitations that betray uncertainty or doubt. One of the most powerful forms of listening is hearing silence. Silence speaks often more honestly than words ever could. If someone avoids a topic, changes the subject, or goes quiet when a certain name is mentioned, take note that silence can carry pain, fear, or secrets they aren't ready to share. It is a truth unspoken, yet felt. Another sign comes from shifting stories, details that change over time, or repeated avoidance of the same subject again and again. You don't need to confront someone, just watch the patterns form. Over time, truth reveals itself in these quiet inconsistencies. Silence can also draw honesty out. When you wait after someone speaks, many feel compelled to fill the gap with more words. In that extra talking, they may reveal feelings or facts they hadn't planned to share. Patience is your ally here. Listening also builds trust. When people feel truly heard without judgment, interruption, or competition, they're more likely to show their real selves. This makes observing easier, because masks fall away when someone feels safe in your presence. So here is the simple rule: talk less, listen more, let words, tone, and silence speak. That is quiet observation's greatest power. When most think of observation, they focus on actions, what a person does, how they behave, the decisions they make in daily life. Actions matter, but if you want to go deeper, watch reactions fast, unplanned bursts of emotion that reveal the truth beneath control. Reactions bypass the mind's filters. They emerge raw, revealing feelings before a person has time to hide or reshape them. Ask someone a simple question, and if their face shifts, voice tightens, or posture stiffens, you've glimpsed a truth they didn't prepare to show. A strong reaction can hint at past hurt, deep fears, or unresolved emotions, even when the words try to say something different. Watch how people respond to criticism. Anger, withdrawal, or openness each tell you something about their confidence or hidden insecurities. Observe their response to praise. Do they accept it warmly, shrink away, or boast as though feeding on validation? Silence is also revealing. In quiet moments, do they seem peaceful, nervous, or restless, unable to sit with stillness? Rejection is another revealing test. Some stay calm and respectful, others grow cold, bitter, or jealous. Surprise offers similar clues. When something unexpected happens, the mask often slips, revealing genuine joy, fear, confusion, or guilt. These flashes, brief yet powerful, can show what matters most to a person, or what they most wish to hide. But to catch them, you must be present, your attention steady, your mind still enough to notice the smallest shift. Remember, it's not only what people do, but what triggers them that unveils their deeper story. If you want to know someone's true character, don't just watch how they treat those they admire or need, watch how they treat the powerless. The waiter serving their food, the cleaner mopping the floor, the delivery person handing them a package. These moments reveal far more than they think. Many treat such people as invisible, offering no warmth, no eye contact, no basic courtesy, as if kindness should be reserved only for the important. But genuine kindness is consistent. It's in the quiet thank you to the janitor, the smile to the cleaner, the respect to the driver. It's kindness given without expectation of reward, status, or recognition, a reflection of who they are, not who they think you are. Some are friendly only when it benefits them. They charm the boss, flatter the influential, and play polite for those who can help them. But when no one is watching, their mask slips. They bark at the receptionist, dismiss the cleaner, or ignore the one holding the door. This is not kindness, it's strategy. And strategy fades the moment there's nothing to gain, revealing the truth beneath the performance. This truth matters deeply in relationships, friendships, and business. If they disrespect others now, they may one day treat you the same. Real character is not displayed when impressing, it's revealed in moments when they believe no one important is looking. The beauty is, you don't need to confront or challenge them. Just observe. Let time collect the evidence for you. Over days, weeks, and months, small moments form a picture clear, undeniable, and accurate of who they truly are. You'll see who values dignity for all, who carries quiet integrity, and who treats every human being as worthy of respect. These are the people worth keeping close, the ones whose kindness doesn't require an audience or a prize. In a world where so many wear masks of politeness, authentic decency is rare and deeply worth noticing. So next time you want to see someone's heart, watch how they treat the powerless. That's where the truth always lives. One of the biggest mistakes in understanding people is focusing only on isolated moments, single events taken as the whole truth. Someone might speak sharply one day, forget a promise, or seem unusually distant. It's easy to overanalyze and take it personally. But one moment is not the whole story. It could be a bad day, a mistake, or something unrelated to you entirely. That's why patterns matter more than moments. Patterns reveal who someone is when life strips away excuses. A lie told once might be fear or pressure. A lie told repeatedly is a habit, it's who they've chosen to be. A canceled plan here and there is life, but if they cancel again and again without good reason, you've learned your place in their priorities. This is where people often fail. They explain away harmful patterns to protect their feelings or preserve their hopes. They say, "She didn't mean it," or "He's going through something," while ignoring that the same behavior keeps repeating. Peace comes from respecting consistency more than promises. Actions repeated over time are more truthful than words spoken in the moment. If someone apologizes but continues the same harm, that's not change, it's a cycle. A pattern is the clearest form of truth. Think of life like a film. If the same scene plays again and again, you begin to understand the character and expect their choices. The same is true in real life. Watch the movie of someone's actions. What repeats, that's the truth of who they are. This awareness is especially important in relationships. Emotional attachment makes us overlook what's obvious to others. We hold on to potential, memories, and hope, while ignoring the repeated reality staring us in the face. But if someone's pattern is to hurt you, dismiss you, or shrink your spirit, that's not love, it's damage disguised as care. Observing patterns doesn't make you cold, it makes you wise. It protects your heart and keeps your mind clear. So trust the patterns, trust your memory, trust what you've seen more than what you've been told. Because once someone shows you the same truth over and over, believe them. That is who they are, whether they say it or not. There's something about people you can't always see but can always feel. It's their energy, and it speaks louder than words. Energy is invisible, yet undeniable. You sense it in your body, your mood, your intuition, often before you consciously notice. You've walked into a room and instantly felt tension, your body tightening before anyone said a word. That's energy speaking. Or you've met someone whose presence made you feel calm, safe, and more yourself without even understanding why. That's energy, too. Some carry heavy, negative energy that leaves you drained, anxious, or unsettled after just minutes together. Others are inconsistent, warm one moment, cold the next, keeping you on edge, unsure which version of them you'll meet. And then there are rare souls whose presence feels like peace. They uplift you, making your mind clearer and your heart lighter. The key is paying attention to how you feel around people, beyond their smiles or polite words. Do you feel relaxed or tense? Do you feel free to be yourself or pressured to perform? Your body often knows before your mind catches up. A tight gut, faster heartbeat, or sudden unease can signal hidden conflict or dishonesty. Many dismiss these instincts, calling themselves overly sensitive, but these feelings are data. They are part of observation's deepest truth. Energy can't be faked for long. It always leaks through, revealing what's real beneath the image. So trust how your inner world responds to the outer world. Let your body be part of your observation. In relationships, work, and life, the right energy sustains you. The wrong energy quietly erodes your spirit. Pay attention to that shift. It's one of the most accurate tools you'll ever have for seeing people clearly and protecting your peace. The most powerful way to learn how to observe others is to first learn how to observe yourself. Most people spend their lives looking outward, analyzing others' words, judging their actions, yet rarely pause to study their own. But without understanding your own patterns, emotions, and triggers, your observations of others will always be clouded. Ask yourself, why do I act the way I do? What truly triggers my anger, my fear, my defensiveness? If you don't know, you'll misread others thinking they've wronged you when in reality, you're reacting to old wounds or past experiences. Self-observation builds emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize your own feelings, manage them, and understand those of others. It starts with noticing your triggers, what makes you insecure, impatient, jealous, or controlling. When do you withdraw or shut down? These aren't random, they're often rooted in history betrayals, disappointments, losses you've carried without realizing. For example, a dishonest friend in your past may cause you to see deception in someone who is simply private. By observing yourself honestly, you can separate past fears from present reality, responding with clarity instead of blind reaction. Self-observation also reveals your biases, the quiet beliefs that shape how you see others without evidence. Maybe you assume all wealthy people are selfish, or that quiet people are weak. These are not truths, they're stories you've been told. When you question them, you begin to see individuals for who they are, not as symbols of your old assumptions. It also stops you from projecting the past onto the present, expecting abandonment, criticism, or failure even when none exists. This self-work makes you more compassionate. You begin to see that others, too, are shaped by battles you cannot see. You listen more, judge less, and respond with a patience that makes your observations richer and more accurate. The journey to understanding people starts here with the courage to turn your attention inward. When you master observing yourself, you won't just see others, you'll truly understand them. In a noisy world, the greatest strength is becoming the silent student. While most rush to speak, compete to be heard, or react without thought, the silent student watches and listens first. They don't need to prove they know everything. They gather truths in the spaces others overlook. Most people miss life's simplest lessons because they are too busy talking, too quick to conclude, too distracted to notice. But the silent student understands that patience reveals more than pressure ever will. They watch the details, the subtle movement, the shift in tone, the silence between words, and piece together the real story. They listen beyond the words themselves, hearing the rhythm, the hesitation, and the emotional weight hidden in the pauses. When they speak, it's with reflection, not reaction, choosing words shaped by understanding rather than impulse. They learn from everyone, even those who hurt them, because every person, pleasant or difficult, carries a lesson worth noticing. They trust the process, knowing that the more they observe, the more wisdom they gather, and the fewer mistakes they repeat. This is the art of living with clarity, building relationships with depth, avoiding unnecessary conflict, and moving through the world with peace. So, be the silent student. Stay curious, watch quietly, listen deeply. Resist the rush to judge or react. Reflect before responding. Learn from every person, every moment, every shift in energy. Because when you do, you don't just understand people, you understand life itself. And that is where true strength begins.